And now, your main event. Introducing the hosts of Wrestling with Freddie, Jeff Dye, and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling with Friends, Wrestling with Freddie, and this is the news of the week. The Forbidden Door was this past weekend and gave us some very notable moments. Bryan Danielson, for one, stole the show, came out to the final countdown, broke his freaking arm, and with 10 minutes left in the match, finished it and won. Spoiler alert. He's also set to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Money in the Bank cards are set, and we are heading to London to crown a new Mr. and Ms. Money in the Bank. The women's tag team belts were unified with the NXT women's tag belts, but did anybody care? And welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the show. This is Wrestling with Friends. Lord Joffrey, Mr. Jeff Dye, how are you, sir?
Feeling good, buddy. What a week in wrestling, huh? Lot of stuff going down.
It was a big week in wrestling. There was good stuff and there was bleh stuff. I think a lot of people think Vince is back based on how the shows have been turning out. However, today's episode, we don't have to talk about the week in wrestling. We get to talk about what's going to happen in London, England. That's how the guy said it in Austin Powers.
London, England.
London, England. Our friends over the pond, I love the London shows. The crowds are arguably the best in professional wrestling. Canada gives crazy love, but because London gets it even less frequently than Toronto does, when WWE goes there, they go ham. And they love who they love. They don't care who Vince wants to push or who he's writing for. They cheer who they want to cheer for. And I love the London crowds. I would love to go to a professional match in London because they just sing songs and they drink and they party and they cheer and they boo and they don't stop for the entire 3 hours. Now, this is a pay-per-view, so I'm sure it'll be about that length, but the show they're getting is special. So I just think the crowd's going to be even hotter than normal. And it could be, I know I say this every time any wrestling show leaves America, but it could be the greatest audience of all time. Are you excited for Money in the Bank?
I am, but I feel like Money in the Bank famously disappoints me. You know, like I'll give you an example of some stuff I've been hearing, right? LA Knight, LA Knight, LA Knight, LA Knight. That's all I heard. That's all the internet says. Yeah. I only have the internet. These are I have the same sources as everyone else. LA Knight.
For
LA
once,
Knight,
I like the
Knight,
internet.
Right? And then now it's going, well, because everyone's been saying LA Knight and everyone's expecting LA Knight, and because WWE doesn't want to be predictable, it's going to be Damian Priest. So I'm like, no. Maybe now we should flood the internet with Damian Priest so we can get an LA Knight win.
Priest.
I want LA Knight.
We could just start let's start a Butch chant.
Yeah. And I love Damian Priest, but it's just like I really would love to see LA Knight win the Money in the Bank. And I was very excited to read those predictions.
Here's what's creepy is that your fear, it's not that I think this. I know for a fact that your fear is 100% warranted because I've seen Vince know what the crowd wants and then not give it to them on purpose and laugh about it, which was really funny to me that he did that. I don't mean to laugh at everybody right now, but I was always like, oh my God, like, I guess, yeah, you're allowed to do that if you own all
when
of
you're the
the
devil,
wrestlers.
Yeah. When also, you know how you just said on the intro, you were saying everyone thinks Vince is back. I heard it was confirmed that Vince is back in creative by Ricochet in an interview, but we've been saying it for a while.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, we were saying it for a while that he's either on a Zoom call or he's there. Something's going on.
You just listen to the commentary. You can tell he's 100% like barking orders to the commentators who were doing the best job they've ever done when he was gone.
Absolutely. So we were correct when we predicted that, it appears. Okay, so yeah, what do you think?
All right, we got Damian Priest, Butch, Santos Escobar, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura. You like the pronunciation on that.
Nice.
Ricochet. You like the pronunciation on that too. And Logan Paul, the dark horse Logan Paul. Now, this is interesting because I think there's 3 legit choices here.
Okay.
And that's Damian Priest,
right?
LA Knight, and Logan Paul.
You don't think
those
Shinsuke?
are the only 3. I don't think they would give it to Shinsuke.
Okay.
Not yet. Not yet. They've given him a little bit of work and story, but I don't think they would give him an opportunity at the World Championship. Or they could cash it in on Seth's title. So it's tricky, but I am going to go with my original bet, which was LA Knight. And everybody says, LA Knight. Yeah. I'm all about him, dude. I don't care that he's 40 years old. I don't care that he can't take his vests off when he tries to because he's so friggin' buff. Bro, his vests don't even come off. It's like he buys them from Kids Gap just to make sure they don't come off. And then he just squeezes it on. And then the back muscles take care of the rest. He should just rip it, just flex and let the back rip off. And then just rip one sleeve / vest off at a time. Yeah. And just throw it on the ground.
Have we learned nothing from Hulk Hogan? That's how you take your clothes off. When you're that ripped, you just got to rip it off. That's classic wrestling. And we haven't seen anybody do it with a vest. So I'm here for it.
Dude, he's so jacked. All right. So that's my choice is LA Knight. And it's also my prediction. It's not just who I want. It's who I actually think is going to win. Santos hasn't been given a storyline or a place on the roster yet that's strong enough for me to believe they would give it to him. Shinsuke just came back, which makes me think they wouldn't give it to him. Ricochet has really been in more random like tag matches with Braun Strowman before he got hurt and then did like the World Cup thing, which was cool. But he hasn't been elevated to the point where I think he would win. I think that's going to be what used to be the Kofi Kingston spot where he's going to do some crazy shit and everybody's going to go, oh my God, he just did a triple flip off a ladder and landed on a table and fell onto a chair and landed on a small child, but saved the child's life. And Logan Paul, I think, is going to do the right thing here and not win. I really think he's just going to go in there and do a couple 6 spots, one with Ricochet. They might try to outdo that ring shot they both did where they jumped off the ropes at the same time and boom, hit in the middle. I think maybe they'll do something ladder to ladder this time and have that cool spot. Butch certainly hasn't been put in a position where I think that's a believable choice. But I love Butch. I liked him more with his old name in NXT. I think it was Pete Dunne.
Like I said, I hope it's LA Knight. I thought it was going to be LA Knight. I think Shinsuke's got. I believe they might give Shinsuke this. He's my third place option. I think. Like if I was going to try and predict it, not what I want. Butch is going to be huge over there, right? I mean, he's going to get a huge pop fighting across.
He's gonna get a huge pop, and they'll give a great false finish. You know they will, where he's like holding the belt and maybe like hanging on to it, and they kick the ladder out.
It'll be cool.
Gets in,
and it'll be fun to watch him.
Ricochet does a double flip and kicks him up.
Get some positive attention. I like that because I feel like he's kind of gotten buried. He's so good, and we loved him, like you said, when he was Pete Dunne, or at least I did.
I think he has gotten buried too, which is unfortunate.
And I don't think Logan Paul needs a Money in the Bank. He's already famous. He's already got all these other things. It feels like he gets some cool gimmick, the zip line, or he gets to come out there with a prime mascot. They let him do pretty much anything he wants. He doesn't need a money.
He just wrestled for the World Championship without Money in the Bank.
He doesn't need Money in the Bank. So I really hope it's LA Knight, but I'm also not going to be really disappointed if it's Damian Priest. He's been awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody agrees he's been having great matches. He fought a celebrity and made it look good. That's not easy to do. So that's who I predict.
All right, dude, let's transition to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
If we have to,
and
let's
the contestants. Oh, don't be mad. We've got one of Freddie's favorites, Io Sky. We also have Bayley, who apparently will be in this match, although she was supposed to have a match with Shotzi, but that didn't happen. Trish Stratus in her first Money in the Bank match, which is an interesting entrant. Zoe Stark, who will most certainly be working with Trish Stratus since they're bros. Becky Lynch, who's got beef with both those women and with Bayley and with Io Sky. And finally, our show's favorite, Zelina Vega. Miss 619 herself. That is the cast and crew. There's going to be stories in this match because of the Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Zoe Stark connection. I believe that one of those 3 women is going to be ultimately win this match. I don't think they're going to give it to Io Sky for similar reasons to the men's. She hasn't been positioned highly enough to get that spot. And they're already pushing one Japanese girl. And as diverse as professional wrestling is, the WWE will never be that diverse. 2 at the same time? No, we couldn't possibly have that. So I don't think Io could, although she's very deserving, man. I love Io Sky. Bayley, they just gave a push to. I don't think they're ready to give her another one just yet. So I think that's why she's not going to win. And if she's hurt, then she'll just protect herself and other people will take all the damage for her. And Zelina Vega just had a shot at Rhea Ripley. So I don't feel like they would give her another one back to back like that, which leaves Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, and Trish Stratus. And Becky Lynch is the obvious choice, right? Because she's always the champion. Trish Stratus is the oh shit choice because that means she's back, not just back a little bit. And then the crazy choice is, do they fast track and put a rocket ship, strap it to this girl, Zoe Stark, and let her launch with Trish helping her get over along the way? And that's the one I'm going to actually go with, is the one that I don't think anybody else is. And I'm going to say Zoe Stark. Now, I'm certain I'm wrong, but I just feel like if you're going to give someone a chance, give someone who looks like that. And as nervous as she is on the mic, she's at least communicating a message. And as she gets more reps, she'll be less nervous. And if you're going to give her a chance, give her a chance. They've given less experienced people a chance with Money in the Bank. They've made worse decisions with Money in the Bank. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Zoe Stark. What say you, sir? First of all, how crazy do you think I am? And then what do you think?
Well, I do think it's crazy for anyone to go. I don't think this is going to what's happened, but this is what I think is going to happen. I think that's what you just said right there. I think you go, I know I'm wrong, but here's what I think. I don't think you're going to be wrong. Actually, maybe Zoe Stark is got to be the dark horse for this. Here's who I want. Zelina Vega. That's who I want.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the best. She's awesome and she deserves it. And how long are we going to wait for her to get this big push?
She can talk good shit on the mic.
Yeah, she talks good shit. She looks great. She's badass. I mean, you're pushing. Rey Mysterio is 900 years old. He still wrestles every week in WWE. Like, Zelina is
We're going to have him on as a guest, and I'm going to tell him that he said.
Well, it's true. I mean, I'm impressed. We've watched his son grow up and now is one of the biggest stars in WWE. I mean, that shows how old.
How crazy
and
is
he's
that?
Still wrestling great. Also, he put over LA Knight, which I appreciate. Like, obviously, I like Rey Mysterio, but we like Rey Mysterio so much. Zelina's doing like a tribute to his move while he's still like in wrestling. Like they got the LWO stronger than it's ever been. I actually like this LWO better than the original. So here's the thing. Do I want Zelina Vega to win? Absolutely. Do I think she will? No. Unfortunately, I will have to keep waiting for her to get the push she deserves. But I do think they're going to give it to Becky Lynch. Put her right back at the top of the mountain, start building that story. Trish isn't there to make a second run at her career physically like Edge.
Is she not? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like she's there to make money and she's trying to help her career. She's trying to do good and be a star again and be in wrestling and like enjoy her time working. But I don't think she's trying to be like physically, like she's not trying to like prove that she's still got it like the dudes do. I think that
she's not trying to carry the load of a champion. I hear what you're saying.
I think she's back in the business because she misses wrestling. She wants to be back in the storyline. She likes the work and the money and the attention and the fame. But I don't think she's trying to like say like, look, I'm still a badass and I can still do. So I think they give it to Becky Lynch, even though they should be giving it to Zelina Vega. That's what I think.
I love it, sir.
Zoe Stark. That's who you got, huh?
I do. I'm sticking with it. You did not sway me in any way, shape, or form, sir. All right, dude. Next is the storyline above all storylines, the bloodline. And if you've been watching WWE lately, the only thing that has been palatable at all is the story of the bloodline. 100%. Everything else has been, it's been a little rough. We're hoping for a little more change back to what it was a few months ago. But this storyline has been awesome, and they're finally going to fight in a ring. Jimmy and Jey Uso versus Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns, the undisputed WWE champion. The belt is not on the line. It's a tag match. I'm excited to see this. I'm more excited to see this than either Money in the Bank match, to be honest, because the story's been so good. The twins have been great on the mic. They got they just did a beautiful job with this. And I don't know if this is the end of it, but it's certainly the end of the most important chapter since Sami Zayn has departed, and I'm hyped to see it. What about you, dude?
I'm definitely hyped to see it. And like you said, this is the best story in wrestling, and it's been the best story in wrestling for a long time. I'm very, very excited for it. I also like that Solo Sikoa is getting so much action. I love that the thumb, the Samoan spike. I really like that a lot. Yeah. I like him a lot. They have him just like beating up dudes backstage going, I'm not in the mood. I think that he might be the first person I can remember that the second he comes into wrestling, I believe it. The second, like he just right away, I wasn't like looking for a gimmick. I wasn't looking for a thing. I just get it. He's the grumpy little brother that's also an enforcer. He's that kid at school you don't want to. Jay said that his whole family's going to jump you. And you go, God, even Solo Sikoa is going to be there. Like, I'm going to get beat up by the quiet, grumpy brother. I just love it. I love this whole storyline. If they break up the bloodline, I'm going to be, that appears what's happening, but I'm going to be pissed off if that's the story. But for the rest of this, stay tuned for Jeff Dye's hot take of the week.
Ooh, I like that. That's on the special Thursday show, which thanks to all of our listeners is here to stay. Our bosses at iHeart and My Cultura, then that's all thanks to you, not us. So thank you to all of you for tuning in on Thursdays, and to Jeff Dye's hot tags of the week.
Yeah, sometimes they're good and sometimes they're ridiculous. That's how it works.
Hey, sometimes they're hot and sometimes they're just hotter than hot. That's all. I have the Usos winning this match, although the only reason I didn't say who I thought was going to win in my kind of breakdown of it is because I don't care.
Right.
I don't think it hurts. It doesn't hurt either side, whoever loses. Like, it doesn't, they're still the best tag team ever if they lose. And if they win, they're still the best tag team ever. And Roman Reigns and Solo, I don't think are breaking up in this. So I think there's still room. And my thing is, like, of the Usos, it's got to be Jay that wrestles for the world championship next. That's what I would do.
That'd be amazing.
So there's still another chapter to go, and then we can see where this goes. But I got the Usos winning the match. What about you, bro?
I do think the Usos win just because right now, like, they're getting huge pops when they come out because, like, everyone likes that they stuck together. Everyone likes just them in general. Everyone has always liked them, but it seems more now than ever. And Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are great at being heels. Like, they're very, as much as we love them, we love booing them.
And they're totally on different ends of the spectrum as far as heels go.
Yeah. So I say you let the Usos win this for sure. I mean, it's not like it's for a belt, you know? They can lose.
Dude, Jey Uso has and I don't think there's anyone that anybody could even bring to the argument. Jey Uso has the single best body language in professional wrestling. Like, he lets you know exactly how he would be the worst poker player in the world. You would be like, oh, dude, you flopped a full house? F you, I fold. He's like, bro, how did you know? Yeah. I'm like, dude, you did 3 backflips and screamed, I've got a full house. I can't believe I flopped it. Like, that's how he is in the ring. And as bad as it would be at a poker table, it is awesome to watch in a professional wrestling ring.
And that's why he
doesn't even need a mic.
That's why he makes a good face, like a good guy, because when people are evenly matched, we know what they're up to. That's like an actual clinical psychology thing. It's like people that smile a lot or like goofy that are genuinely nice people. Like, people go, oh, I know what they're up to. I can trust them. It's when people like don't show any expression that like people are like uncomfortable or whatever. And that's why he's a perfect wrestler and a great actor, is because you know what he's feeling like at all times.
I love that. I haven't heard it described like that, man. I like that.
I read it in a Malcolm Gladwell book, so it has to be real.
Fucking hey, bro. I love that even more. Finally, on the card, and this one is weird to me, and I guess this is why people were weird with the Defend It Every Week. On the pay-per-view is the World Heavyweight Championship, who defends it every 2-3 times a week, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Now, Rollins has already defeated Damian Priest in an open challenge for the title. Balor, who's still upset over getting injured by Rollins over the first ever Universal title match 7 years ago, stepped up, and now he wants his shot. The only part of this that I like is the throwback to the injury. And I'm sure they'll do an amazing package like they did for the Usos breaking up with Roman on Friday Night SmackDown. That opened the show with it. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, man. It's like watching a movie. It was so good. So hopefully they do a cool package before the match to get people excited for this of the shoulder getting separated. Finn Balor on Good Morning America the next day with the title, with his shoulder bandaged and wrapped, and basically saying, and I have to give it up. Like, he didn't even get the celebration of being a champion because he got hurt by this asshole Seth freaking Rollins. And that helps sell the story. But otherwise, like, dog, just wait till Monday. And then you could wrestle him anyhow. You didn't have to fly to London. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have stayed home. He wrestles. He defends the title on NXT, on Raw. I'm sure it'll be defended on SmackDown in a few weeks because Vince is back in charge. So it'll be like, you can go on any show I want, whatever I say so. They're my toys and I'll play with them how I want, damn it. But this match will probably steal the show. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. Of course, Seth Rollins is winning the match. He's not going to lose the championship that quickly. Although it would be kind of sick to see Judgment Day with 2 titles. That would be interesting. But I have Seth Rollins winning. What say you, sir?
I could care less about this match. I don't really see. It doesn't seem very high stakes to me. And
that's the problem. Yeah.
That's it. No disrespect to Seth or Finn. I know they're not going to let Seth lose, or at least not lose the strap. And then I'll keep wishing for Finn to get a bigger push. I was like, for a minute there, I was like, are they going to have a big storyline with him and AJ Styles? Like, it just seems like they keep teasing me with Finn becoming more relevant and bigger pushes, and it just doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen. And it's definitely not going to happen in this match. So I'm kind of not that interested in this match, but I hope they surprise me. I hope that this is like you said, steals the show. I hope it's a good match because this will be the match that I'm going to be going and getting snacks and going to the bathroom.
Well, there is a match that I think is better suited for that, which we're going to skip over, which is the Women's Tag Team Championship with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Hopefully, WWE does the right thing and Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan win the belt because Liv Morgan's back and she can talk and Raquel can talk a bit and is legit big and strong and huge. And as legit as Ronda is, she's not the best wrestler and she's not good on the mic. And Shayna can't support her on the mic because her mic skills aren't there yet. So we're going to skip over that and we'll close the show with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. I don't know how they have found Cody an opponent because everyone he has a beef with is a part-time wrestler. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. Like, he can't have an argument with them every week. So they have to keep this character occupied while they're respecting the contractual dates of these other 2 wrestlers. And so who do they fill in with? Dominic Mysterio. And I actually think this is going to be a good match. And I actually think somebody's going to screw with Cody and he's going to lose. I don't know if it's going to be Rhea or Damian Priest, but I think somebody's going to come out and mess with him and Dominic's going to get a win. I swear to God, that's what I think.
Hard times, even losing to Dominic Mysterio.
Ain't no harder times than that.
Even Rey Mysterio's son put me over. That'd be amazing if that happens. I didn't even consider that. I was just thinking Cody Rhodes is going to definitally win, and this will be a fun thing.
He freaking better.
There'll be some sort of dirty thing where they'll
some shenanigans.
Yeah, that's what I think's going to happen. I think Judgment Day comes in and screws around. There's going to be some sort of whatever because Dominic is just he's not big enough to beat Cody Rhodes yet, but I also think they don't want to make it that obvious. I think there'll be some sort of dirty finish, but I hope it's Cody Rhodes, and I think it will be Cody Rhodes.
I hope it's Cody Rhodes, but I honestly think they're going to give Dom the win. And if he does, imagine the promo he's cutting on Monday Night Raw. I beat Cody Rhodes all by myself. They won't let him get a word out.
Why does Vince hate us? Why does Vince hate us? We love you, Vince.
I think Dominic's starting to get good heat instead of bad heat, don't you?
Well, he is getting good heat, but it's just like Cody Rhodes. He's going to beat Cody Rhodes. Vince is going to laugh.
But if Damian Priest slams him, or if Rhea Ripley kicks him in the nuts when the ref's distracted or hurt, then of course Dominic could win. You get kicked in the nuts, anybody could pin you. Yeah. Brad Williams would pin you if you got kicked in the nuts.
Brad Williams would have to kick me in the nuts to pin me.
Punch you right in the dick. Boom.
That's what he's going to have to.
By the way, one of the funniest wrestling matches I ever saw was at a pro wrestling event, which was at a Moose Lodge. in Burbank that had 9-foot ceilings, and they opened the show with a dick kick match. And it was just whoever could take more kicks to the dick.
I got a guy who'd be perfect for that. He goes by the name of Horse. He was on an MTV show that I did. He actually went on America's Got Talent and just got kicked in the balls, and he kept advancing because Howard Stern was like, "This is great. I've never seen anything like this." It's like, yeah, no one's ever seen anything like this.
And on that note, Jeff, tell the people where you're going to be this weekend.
was Wrestling Pro Wrestling? Is that Brian Kendrick's thing?
Yes, yeah, it's like cosplay comedy wrestling.
Strong recommend. They've got some great stuff there. This week, I will be in Naples, Florida at a comedy club called Off the Hook Comedy Club. They have great food, great comedy. I'll be there all weekend. Come say hello, have a drink. It's going to be a good time.
What are you going to eat while you're there?
Just seafood. It's all seafood. So good. Scallops, lobster, fish. It's a good time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Get ready. Tune in tomorrow for the Thursday bonus content. This has been Wrestling with Friends, Wrestling with Freddie. Peace.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram, Wrestling with Freddie. Twitter is WWFreddie Pod. Follow us on all the socials so you can submit your questions for the Federation.
This has been a production of iHeart's My Cultura Podcast Network. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.